Cancer and Biochemistry 32, Zinc and its Role Against Cancer, Part 1. Hello, it's Dr. Colleen Huber, a naturopathic medical doctor in Tempe, Arizona. Here again today, January 8, 2020, in my ongoing video series on cancer and biochemistry. Today, let's begin to talk about zinc. There are so many things to say about this amazing mineral that I want to explore this over the course of 2 videos. Do you know it was found that zinc stops the growth of cancer cells while allowing normal cells to keep growing? That right there is an amazing fact, documented here in the case of cancer of the esophagus. I can hardly tell you how important this is. I mentioned in previous videos how the holy grail, so to speak, of cancer research is a substance or multiple substances that attack cancer but not normal cells. Ideally, cancer cells are killed or inactivated, while normal cells all around them are left alone or even strengthened. Zinc is such a valuable item for this purpose. Here are some of the most likely reasons that zinc is helpful against cancer. 1. Zinc is known to stabilize proteins by contributing to 3-dimensional protein building, rather than more rickety and vulnerable flat or open-structured proteins. How does this work? A protein attaches to a zinc ion and folds tightly around it, with bonds to primarily cysteine and histidine, 2 amino acids that I touched on a little bit in previous videos in this series. Such a protein is called a zinc finger. And here is a drawing from Protein Database of a zinc finger protein. Regarding cancer, this property of zinc is useful because zinc fingers stabilize and read DNA and RNA, which lessens the chance of mistakes occurring. Without zinc, the DNA can break or can be copied incorrectly. Remember that the conventional view of cancer is that it arises when DNA gets misread and mutations happen. Now, we discussed in a previous video how that does not give rise to cancer, but such errors can lead to cancer's chaotic and uncontrolled behavior, growing fast and wreaking havoc on normal tissue. Therefore, zinc's stabilizing role with the zinc fingers is good to help protect against this. There is another action of zinc against cancer. Zinc has been known to block calcium release between cells. Here is a study that discusses that. Basically, the very fast growth of cancer cells draws on calcium and requires a lot of calcium to sustain that growth. Cancer cells have a particular type of calcium channel that zinc can actually block. This doesn't seem to be a problem for normal cells with their lower calcium needs, but for cancer cells, that blocking action of zinc starves the cancer cell of the calcium that it needs. Here's a diagram from the FASEB journal that shows this process. Zinc has yet another role against cancer. Zinc and copper are 2 minerals that I think of as rival siblings. Oddly enough, they occur in some of the same foods: pumpkin seeds, lentils, and beans, but in far, far higher amounts than any of those: oysters. Here are some grilled oysters from the cooking channel. This is probably best in nature, the coexistence of zinc and copper, so that we don't become too unbalanced one way or another. Zinc and copper compete for absorption in the intestines. One concern about copper is that it seems to be necessary for angiogenesis. This is the formation of blood vessels that feed cancer, so we want to interfere with that. Zinc, which competes with copper, can be the safest way to suppress angiogenesis. Here is an article on how this happens in breast cancer. There is so much more that zinc contributes to our fight against cancer. Let's continue to explore zinc in our next video in this series. For now, I will leave you with this thought. Before you consider exotic drugs in your fight against cancer, have you explored your nutritional and metabolic options? I am Dr. Colleen Huber. It's January 8, 2020, and thanks for watching.